The views and opinions expressed by the following program are those of the host, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of this station or Webster Rock Hill Ministries, its management, or other hosts or underwriting sponsors. Programs presented by KWRH-LP are for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Welcome back to In Tune. This is Arnold Stricker with Ellie Wharton, and folks, don't worry, the wheel doesn't spin that fast.
Yeah, woo!
It only goes a half a turn every minute. That would be a little too fast. We've got Tami Brown and Karyn Wilder on the phone with us. Ladies, welcome to In Tune.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing wonderful.
I hope I didn't give you, well, I wanted to give you a laugh there because I can just see the wheel going round and round because I'm watching right now on my iPad. I'm on your website and I see the wheel going round and round like that.
It's kind of like the wheels on the bus. That's another song.
The St. Louis wheel goes round and round.
That's right.
Hey, so
That's
tell
what
us.
we hope.
We hope.
Yeah, I got to tell you guys that is got to be these two attractions, the wheel and the aquarium, have got to be some of the highlight things that have happened in St. Louis over the last several years. You know, visibly, the wheel is unbelievable at night. It is incredible. I've got to give you kudos to whoever did that. And I was reading, correct me if I'm wrong, like 1 million lights and $1.2 million different kind of colors. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So many different color combinations, and we're just so happy to bring something that, again, lights up the skyline, and then just, is just we'll call it a beacon, right? A beacon of light.
Yes.
and renewal for downtown St. Louis.
Did George H.W. Bush write your script? Because remember the 1,000 points of light, the beacons of light, and now St. Louis is going to be that.
Well, I don't know if he wrote it. We might have stolen it from him. You never know.
A little plagiarism there, huh?
We were talking in the first half hour that it reminds me of a kaleidoscope because it does different things. For the Blues games, you have things, it just does all these twirly patterns, and it's just incredible.
Well, it's not, okay, now you've made me think then when we have the Cardinals, we should have it should be red.
I'm sure it will be.
Okay, and then aren't we getting a new soccer team?
Correct.
We are, and when we know their colors, we'll have a red pattern for the Cardinals, blues for the Blues, and then for soccer, we do a lot of cause awareness. They'll ask us to light the wheel up for a certain cause. We do gender reveals, lots of fun things that can be done.
They do this with the Empire State Building in New York, too. Different colors to commemorate different, days or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the neat thing about what you guys are doing down there with the wheel. And tell us a little bit, some details about the background about that. Where did it come from? Who's the designer and the manufacturer, et cetera, like that? What are some facts we can glean from this conversation on that?
Absolutely. So it's called the R60 model, and it is manufactured by Chance Rides, and they're based in Wichita, Kansas. And it is a combination of domestically produced parts as well as internationally produced parts. So much of the wheel is manufactured in Europe and shipped over. Some of it's manufactured here. And then when it arrives, it goes up like a huge tinker toy. But, there's a lot of work in the ground before that ever happens, which is just a testament to the great crews we had out here working, getting everything ready on the site for the wheel. And then when the wheel arrives, an international crew also comes in to help construct it. There's a company called Biswiss that does that for us, and they do these all over the world. And they had a great time working on the St. Louis project. So it's an international effort to get it here in St. Louis, and I think that's great because I think St. Louis very much has an international flair, right? So much of the history of St. Louis goes back to the settling of our country, and so we've always had this kind of international flavor and a nod to history, so I think Ferris wheel has just been great for that.
So you've got 42 climate-controlled, fully enclosed gondolas, or gondolas.
Gondolas.
However you want to pronounce that one. How has turnout been since you guys opened, and when did it open?
So we opened on September 30th to the public, and the reception on the wheel has been fabulous. Locals and tourists alike have shown up. We have had great crowd turnouts and just some of the best crowds that I have ever dealt with in my career. Everyone is been happy and positive and enthusiastic and just embraced the revitalization of Union Station with the wheel and the carousel and mini golf. And then this past week we opened our ropes course. And then everyone is eagerly awaiting the launch of the aquarium. And so we're just so happy to be a part of bringing Union Station back, and I just can't tell you how excited everyone has been about that.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about the carousel and the mini golf.
So we have a beautiful 36-foot carousel. So obviously for the kids to enjoy, but I'll tell you, we have a lot of adults that enjoy riding the carousel as well.
There you go, Ellie.
Yeah, that's my speed. As long as it doesn't go wee, wee, wee. Okay, I'm good. It goes slow, I'm good.
We have a lot of people that are enjoying being a kid again, so coming out and riding the carousel. And then mini golf has been actually more popular than we ever imagined. Folks are enjoying just coming out and playing rounds with their families, and we have a lot of friends that hang out after Blues games and play, or just come down and enjoy Union Station as a place to gather together.
So you guys are open at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you go until?
10 p.m. every evening.
Okay, so 7 days a week, right?
Absolutely, 365 days a year.
Okay.
And this is good to see, excuse me, family-friendly
Right.
Entertainment.
That's close by.
That's close by. Just congratulations, ladies. This is just a wonderful, wonderful thing.
So let's shift a little bit. Tami, talk a little bit about the aquarium. I drive by on 18th Street there and see, the construction workers have been like overtime in it. Big time to get
Right.
things together. And then I was driving by one time, all of a sudden saw these flames come out of the ground, and I thought, well, that's really cool. And they were like doing these patterns, like there was this flame dance going on.
You thought you were in Vegas, didn't you?
Well, yeah, maybe so.
Maybe you took a wrong turn
Wrong
over there
turn.
at Fulton, and next thing you know, you were in Vegas.
So the aquarium is a $187 million family entertainment complex that's going on. And give us some more details about that, because I think what you guys are doing down there as it relates to your galleries is very creative.
Thank you. Yes, so the aquarium is about $120 million of the $187 million overall complex, so it's really quite an investment by LHM and the O'Loughlin family. The vision they've had to bring this all together at Union Station is just outstanding. So the aquarium itself will first of all celebrate the fact that we're in this historic train shed, and what a beautiful place that is for an aquarium. Instead of the traditional black box where you don't even notice the building, we're really going to highlight it. And that means that when you get here, the ticketing station looks like the old-fashioned ticketing station from the trains where they have the sign above. We call it the clicky board, where the numbers keep changing and you keep hearing clicking.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's the style that our pricing and hours sign will have. And then when you enter, the first thing you see will be a little mini grand lobby with a clock, a working clock that is actually an exhibit of discus fish. And then you'll move into an interactive train experience that's kind of like one of those magical trains that'll take you into the air and then into the water. And by the time you've kind of moved through all of these train references and then exit that experience, you'll be ready to experience the aquarium part.
Wow. I thought it was in the aquarium during all of that.
Well, you are in the aquarium. It's just getting you to the point where you see the first gallery, which is a great way to honor what is in the Missouri and Mississippi rivers. So your first gallery is called Confluence, and you'll see what's in those rivers.
That's one of the things that I thought was great, because normally when you see aquariums or go to an aquarium, you're going to see tropical fish, you're going to see sharks, eels, stingrays, those kinds of things. But to start from the hometown, from the Mississippi and Missouri, and I'm reading here from your website that you're going to feature living fossils, paddlefish, long-nosed gar, which have been historic in the river.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you move to like a global rivers. You go to South America and Africa and Southeast Asia, and then you go changing rivers, which fish aren't the only animals that live in around freshwater rivers. So they're going to, I'm not going to try to steal your thunder here. You talk about the curious owl and the sleepy sloth, and then the ocean, and then the sharks. Pick those apart a little bit for us.
Sure. Well, you did a great job of mentioning some of the feature animals that will be in the Confluence exhibit. And then in Global Rivers, we'll be featuring these amazing river monsters, we're calling them, but they're just amazing animals. An example would be the arowana that will grow to about 3 or 4 feet long and can, in the wild, will jump out of a river and catch a bird for its meal.
I have seen arowanas, and yes, they will jump out of the water.
Seriously?
Like down in the Amazon and places
Right.
like that, where they're very, very large.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
They're beautiful.
and that's so interesting that you're focusing more on rivers, because just recently my family and I went to San Francisco, and of course went to the wonderful San Francisco Aquarium, where the focus is the ocean and the ocean otters and all of the animals. But to really understand what the lifeline is in the rivers,
Right.
is key. That's lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing that will happen in the Global Rivers exhibit is that you'll get your first chance to experience one of our touch pools. So one of our goals is that every guest who comes to visit will leave with their hands having been wet at least once. And so this touch pool in the Global Rivers Gallery will have doctor fish in them, and doctor fish will come over and just nibble lightly at any dead skin that you have on your hands. So we like to say you'll get a free manicure while you're here, too.
Can I put my feet in there?
Yeah, I was going to say, can I get a pedicure while I'm
Get a
there?
pedicure while I'm there. Right, the mani-pedi.
No.
So then you move to the changing rivers.
Right. And the changing rivers will have one of the stars of your visit, we're certain, and that is our 3 otters. We have 2, they're siblings, so we have 2 girls and a boy. They're named Finn, Thatcher, and Sawyer. The people of St. Louis helped us name them.
Those are good. Huck Finn.
Absolutely.
We got
And
that one. Yeah.
they
Tom
are
Sawyer.
Right. They are just as much fun as you can imagine. They'll have a swimming area and then on the first level, and then you'll go to the second level where they have a water feature that includes a waterfall and a slide and a dry dig pit area. And so these 3 little guys will be super busy every single day when you see them because they're mischievous a little bit and will be a lot of fun to watch.
And hopefully no little kids decide to get on the slide and join them.
Well, we have made sure that the kids can't get in and the otters can't get out.
Okay, that's good.
Now, is Lord Stanley the blue crab? Is it blue crab
Blue
or blue
lobster.
lobster?
Blue lobster, right.
Going to be in the Ocean Shore Gallery?
He will be, yes, absolutely. He has an entire wall dedicated to Lord Stanley.
That's why he's the Lord.
Right, exactly. So blue lobsters are 1 in 2 million chance that you would find a blue lobster. And the fact that we have one donated to us by some folks in New England right after the Bruins Blues series.
They had to give something up.
Yeah, it's very rare that we would be able to display this guy. So lobsters will live between 50 and 100 years, and we would guess just by the size of Lord Stanley that he's about 7 years old. So he will be here for a good long time.
I had no idea. Okay, that was a who'da thunk it moment.
That was.
How many years again? Say that again.
50 to 100 years.
What?
Sure.
That is amazing. Truly, that is a who'da thunk it moment. You should have seen our faces when you said that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And lastly, the gallery, the Shark Canyon.
Right, everybody's amazing favorite. So that's about a 250,000 gallon saltwater exhibit. We'll have 60 sharks and rays in there, as well as other fish, to portray what a section of the ocean would look like. And the other species that we'll have in there on a regular basis is our scuba divers. So they need to be in the exhibit on a regular basis to observe the animals and to clean, but they also end up entertaining our guests, like doing fist bumps through the acrylic or playing rock, paper, scissors. And so they become a big attraction as well.
So how thick is this acrylic that's holding back all this water?
Well, it depends where the acrylic is placed. It goes anywhere from 2 or 3 inches to up to 6 or 7 inches.
Wow.
Amazing. Now, will you also have alligators and crocodiles and things like that, that people can see? Because, those are in the rivers.
Of course, right. So we won't have alligators. Well, maybe we will. I don't know. But they would be part of our ambassador animal collection, which we are putting together now. So that's why I say I don't know. We're kind of looking around.
Well, I'm going to vote that you all make sure that we've got some of those little critters.
Sure. But these animals, the ambassador animals, will be out on the floor every single day, not all day. Every animal will kind of be switched in and out. But you'll have an opportunity to meet different animals ranging from hissing cockroaches and snakes to parrots and sloths.
A hissing cockroach?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
And we get to walk amongst those? Is that?
That's the not peanut gallery. That's the pistachio
Gallery. That's right. The pistachio gallery.
There you go. Yes, you would get to meet these guys every day. We have several different areas where the animals will be brought out on a rotating basis, so you never know what you'll meet.
Now, I have a question? Can somebody do the zip line over the aquarium and zip right onto the Ferris wheel?
Well, that's maybe iteration 2.0. But
Yeah, that's the adventure ride. Okay.
So, ladies, talk
See what
about
we can do in the future for you.
Right.
yeah. Talk about some of these other things like the ropes course, the mirror maze, if you would.
Yeah, so the ropes course is a 3-story ropes course that's right in the lobby of the train shed, and it includes a sky rail that will shoot you out over the top of the lobby, which then you're about 50 feet up in the air. So it is a lot of fun. It's also kind of intense in my book, but I've seen 12-year-olds flying over the thing like they are on the sidewalk. So it is a really cool experience. And then the mirror maze is a 1904 World's Fair theme, and it is exactly what you think. You walk in and there's mirrors everywhere, and you have to figure out how to get through it. But then there are interactive stations throughout that kind of celebrate some of the inventions and milestones that occurred at the World's Fair. And then finally you go into kind of a fun house area, and I'm not even going to describe that because I think you just need to experience it. It is funny.
Well, I'm going to nominate Chris to do that one thing where you shoot across that thing where they shoot you out there. And I think Chris would have a good time with that. He kind of strikes me as that kind of a guy. Huh, Chris?
I'm all about the thrill rides.
There you go.
See, there you go.
As I was looking at some of the materials about the mirror maze, and I won't give everything away, folks, because you need to go down there and check it out. But it reminded me of the Highlands over off of Highway 40, or if you're from South St. Louis, Highway 40. And by Forest Park there. And
Forest Park.
Ladies, let's see. Tami, you have been in Cleveland, correct?
Correct.
And
yes.
Karyn, I don't know. I'm not going to ask you if you're a St. Louis native, but are you familiar with the Highlands amusement park?
I am not.
It was over where, right across, kind of where the ball fields are across Interstate 6440. And it burned down, I guess, when I was like 8 years old. But we used to have school picnics there. There was a swimming pool. There was an unbelievable kind of roller coaster. There was a nice Ferris wheel. Matter of fact, I think the Ferris wheel's out at Faust Park, if I'm not mistaken. But so when you have the carousel that you're talking about, it reminds me that's the only thing I could ride at the Highlands because I wasn't old enough to ride the roller coaster. But they had those fun mirrors, that you stand in front of.
They sure did.
And this sounds like just a wonderful missing link that has something that's been missing in St. Louis.
Yes, and now has been reinstituted.
Yeah, for
which is
families
great.
to enjoy and get entertained and have a good time together.
Absolutely. That is the entire goal, to put something that's family friendly, friend friendly, groups of friends coming out in the middle of downtown where people can really come make a day of it. Between all of the attractions and the restaurants down here, you can just come spend a wonderful day just having a blast in a safe, family friendly environment.
So is there like one price for everything, or can you kind of do it as a smorgasbord?
Both. So you can do them a la carte, or when the aquarium comes online, we will have a combo pass, so you can bundle things together as well.
And there are some new restaurants down there also, correct, Karyn?
We do. We have the wonderful soda fountain, so a 50s, 60s themed diner. The best ice cream you'll ever eat. Had some the other day. I'm a little addicted to the banana peanut butter ice cream.
Ooh, yeah.
And then just this week, we opened the train shed. So they're open for dinner, so a little more upscale fare. Soda fountain's going to be a little more casual dining. We still, of course, have Landry Seafood on property as well. And then in the next month or so, when we open the aquarium, we'll be opening our 1894 cafe. So just so many choices in dining as well now.
And even upstairs in the grand hall, there's still going to be the light shows, et cetera, like that, correct?
Absolutely. We haven't lost anything in all of this either. We have the light shows in the grand hall, which, of course, is a great place to grab an appetizer and a drink as well. And then we have the light and fire shows on the lake in the evening, which are just phenomenal to watch. Plenty of seating around the lake. We have movie nights on Friday and Saturday, so just all sorts of fun things to come and do.
Yeah, what is the movie tonight? Do you know, by the way?
I believe we are on Polar Express now, getting ready for Polar Express launching next week.
Oh, wow. Now, let me ask you about this. How about parking?
We have plenty of parking in the south lot next to Union Station, so just come on in, and we have plenty of parking, and make a day of it.
Yeah, make a day. And plus, you're right there at a Metrolink stop, aren't you?
Correct.
Absolutely.
I was just going to mention that, yeah, the MetroLink right there. And I know, so many guests also use Lyft and Uber and taxi, and that also makes it pretty easy.
Well, Tami Brown and Karyn Wilder, thank you very much for joining us today on In Tune and letting us know more about the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station and also the St. Louis Wheel. I really look forward to...
I am looking forward to it.
The aquarium opening, but I'm looking forward to riding the wheel, and I really kind of want to do that at night.
Now, when did you say the aquarium will be opening?
It will be open later this year, later in December.
Oh, wow. That'll
Yeah.
be a nice little Christmas gift for St. Louis.
Exactly, coming right up.
Wonderful. I'm excited for you ladies are just,
Any final thoughts
Wonderful.
for us?
Just come on down. Even if you aren't intending that day to go ride the wheel or go on the ropes course or anything, like Karyn was mentioning, there's so much to just see and walk around and enjoy that we're just excited to see all of St. Louis here.
I really thank you for taking time out of your schedules today to talk to us. I know you're both very busy with this. Thank you very much again.